Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of personal financial literacy, specifically how we can calculate a personal budget, and we will do it in 5 minutes or less. So let's say we have a personal budget of $4,500, and you notice we've got some percentages and some dollar signs. So when we're calculating personal budget in 7th grade, there are two different ways to do it. In some ways, they're going to give you the percentage, and you need to turn that into a actual dollar sign here. So we'll do that for our rent, our food, and our car/gas. Sometimes, though, they will actually give you the dollar amount, and you need to figure out what percentage that is. So we'll do that with our utilities and our entertainment, just to show you both ways. If you add up all of these percents, so we're missing 2, the utilities, entertainment, it's all going to equal 100%. Then if we add up all of our dollar amounts, we're missing rent, food, and car and gas, it will equal that 4,500. So let's just start with our percents. We'll start with that real quick. So rent is 40% of our total income, 4,500. So what does that mean when we're taking 40% of something? Well, of means we're gonna multiply that. 40% times 4,500, but we need to change that percent into a decimal. So let's figure out where our decimal point is going to be. It's after the ones place. If it's not already there, we're going to move it over twice left. So really it's 0.40, or we can just think of it as 0.4 because 4/10 and 40/100 are the same thing. So let's just multiply. When we get the decimal, we can go ahead and multiply. That's 0, that's 20. And that is going to be 16, that's 18. 1 digit behind the decimal in our factor, so 1 digit behind the decimal in our product. So it's $1,800. So a lot of rent. That's 40%, not quite half. Getting kind of up there. So you've got our $1,800 right there. So we can do that same thing for food. So we need 12% of our 4,500. Make sure we're always doing it of the total. There's no decimal there, so we put it after the ones place, move it over twice, once, twice. 0.12 is the same as 12%. So let's just multiply that. 0, 0. I've got 10, 8, that's 9. Next row, and then let's just copy down my 4,500. Add that up here. That's going to be 14. And that's, all right, 54. Let's make sure we've got 2 digits behind the decimal in the factor, 2 digits behind the decimal in our product. So we've got 540, not nearly as much as that 40%, but that makes sense. So I'm guessing, look at this, car gas is 25%. That's a little bit more than double. So I'm guessing that's going to be a little bit more than double that 540, a little bit more than 1080. So let's take our 25%. So that is going to be 25%, move the decimal over once, twice, 0.25. And when fully calculated, that becomes $1,125. Now, how do we go the other way? Starting with an amount, $675, and turning that into a percent. Well, that 675 is going to be our numerator. Let's make it a fraction out of total budget of 4,500. And if possible, we can reduce, but we can always divide up. So let's just go ahead and do that here. Let's divide our numerator by our denominator, 4,500 into 675. And that's going to get us a decimal, which we can easily turn into a percent. So it goes in 0 times. Let's bring in that decimal. Now, 4,500 goes into 6,750 one time. So we're getting closer. And we're going to bring in 2250, bring in one more 0 here. And what we're going to see is that this actually goes in perfectly 5 times. So this is going to give us 0.15. Move the decimal over twice, and we've got 15%. And so all we need to do is our entertainment, and that is going to be 360 over 4,500. We could do that same thing, but the answer is going to be 8%.